The fireworks fire for the 1983 Australian Sprint Car Championships, brought to us by Winfield. There's fireworks in the sky right now, and in about 2 minutes' time there'll be fireworks on the track. 40 laps to go. Oh, trouble! Trouble, and we've gone nowhere. Ian Sams and Brett Lacey, with Brett Lacey having a piggyback. Brett Lacey, a piggyback ride on Ian Sams. Ian Sams taking the shortcut to pick up the pack. Picks up the pack. And we're set for another try. Trouble at the back of the pack as Bill Sutherland and Bob Kelly and they're racing. Gary Rush has given the green as they go charging into turn number 1, and let's see if they all safely negotiated. It looks like they do. And Gary Rush, the current champion, is going to try and lead from go to woe here. Rush skips away from Barrows, the South Australian, and then the Victorian Brett Lacey. Here's trouble in main straight away, and Terry Becker's car has crunched. Terry Becker's car, the number 55 car, has crunched, and Bob Kelly is in the middle of it again. There's the green. And the Australian Sprint Car Championship is again underway at the next attempt. And the Australian champion Gary Rush is leading them again at the end of the first lap. Rush the leader from Barrows, followed by Brett Lacey, then Ian Sands and Bobby Blacklaw. But it's the defending champion Gary Rush whose tactics are going to be run hard and run strong, and Rush is going to try and do that for the next 38 laps of this car race. Rush racing away from Barrows. He's certainly showing in this opening laps that if there is one driver who should win the race tonight, it should be him, because he is just going right away from Barrows at the moment. Barrows is out. Barrows is out of the race. The South Australian retires with only 3 laps of the race down. Barrows is out. Rush is leading from Lacey, Brett Lacey, followed by Ian Sands, and then Bob Blacklaw and Ray Lacey. But here's Gary Rush opening up a big break now over the Victorian Brett Lacey, the New South Wales driver Ian Sands, the other New South Wales driver Bob Blacklaw, then the other Victorian Ray Lacey is up there in 5th place, and Tatnall is out of the race. George Tatnall leads the circuit in the Winfield number 5 sprinter with only 6 laps of the race down. Tatnall will not do it this year. The man who is going to do it though at the moment is Gary Rush. Rush the leader. 32 laps to go. The Victorian Brett Lacey in 2nd place. New South Wales Ian Sams in 3rd place. New South Wales Bob Blacklaw is 4th. 5th place being held by the Victorian Ray Lacey. 6th place to the Victorian Darryl Jago. 7th place to the Sydney driver Bob Rutley. They're the top 7. Now Gary Rush coming down main straightaway, starting to blow some blue tyre smoke as that track gets a little bit harder. 2nd place is Brett Lacey. 3rd place is Ian Sands. 4th place is Bob Blacklaw. 5th place is Ray Lacey. 6th place Darryl Jago. 7th place to Bob Rutley.
Well, Rush is trying to work his way through the traffic now. Oh, here's trouble! Yes, I could see that coming. I could see that coming. They just came in there. Oh, there's more trouble. I could see that coming. He just came in there too fast. It would appear almost as if the throttle had jammed down. And it was just... It's Bill's.
5, Daryl Jago 6, Bob Rutley 7, Bob Kelly 8, Bruce Sutherland 9, and away they go at the 30-lap restart. And Gary Rush sprints away from them again. He'll be hoping that there'll be no more stoppages and that his car holds together for the 30. Down the main straight screams the current Australian champion Rush. Then Brett Lacey, followed by Ian Sams and Bob Blacklaw. Then we have Ray Lacey, Daryl Jago, Bob Rutley, Bob Kelly and Bruce Sutherland. And going down the back straight away, Gary Rush is screaming into turns 3 and 4. Starting to blow a little bit of oil smoke there, but I don't think it's any great worry. With 27 laps to go, Rush is getting a little bit smoky. He's getting a bit smoky, Gary Rush. It's starting to smoke on him.
Oh, there's 2.
Can the champ hold together? Can he hold together?
Well, it's Rush away from Lacey at the moment, followed in 3rd place by Sams, then coming Blacklaw behind him, the other Lacey, followed by Jago, then Rutley from Kelly and Sutherland, the 2 Queenslanders together. Then from Western Australia is Lee Foster. But let's keep an eye on Rush. He is blowing smoke too. But I think it's more tyre smoke than anything else. Oh, there's trouble here. Yes. Oh, boy, there's trouble there in turn 4. But they're out of it again okay. And we've got a stoppage and a restart coming up at lap 25.
And they've got a green. Gary Rush again goes into turn 1 with a break of already 40 metres or so. A little bit of hassle at the back there with the 2 Winfield cars, Kelly and Sutherland hiking it out of turn number 2. Gary Rush leads though from Brett Lacey. Here's trouble here as Ray Lacey slides in underneath Bobby Blacklaw. Then Daryl Jago tried to come through too. But it's Lacey now who's gone up into 4th place and pushes Blacklaw back to 5th. Rush is the leader. In 2nd place we've got Brett Lacey. In 3rd place we've got Ian Sams. In 4th place we've got Victoria 16, Ray Lacey. In Victoria 12, Daryl Jago running 5th. Back to 6th now is the New South Wales 78, Bob Blacklaw. Then the New South Wales 12 of Bob Rutley, the Queensland 2 of Bob Kelly, and the Western Australia 8 of Lee Foster. The Australian champ has 21 laps to go. There's smoke coming from his car as Bob Tunks leaves the circuit. Bob Tunks leaves the circuit after only 19 laps of the car race.
Well, Rush is leading now, but by gee, there is smoke coming from him. But the interesting drive is by Nipper Lacey. Now, Nipper Lacey's starting really to gain some ground here, and he's moved up into 4th spot, and he's taking up the bit between his teeth. But here's Rush, the leader, passing us now. Sitting in 2nd spot is still young Brett Lacey. Ian Sams doing well, but there's Nipper Lacey, or Ray Lacey, going after him, and the other Victorian is Jago. They're followed then by Blacklaw, and they've sorted themselves right out with a similar distance between these first 5 cars. Rush still the leader. It's trouble for a car over here. That's Worthington gone, Bob Worthington gone. There's Rush the leader. Rush into turn 1, followed in by Lacey, then Sams. And look at Ray Lacey go. He's really charging into Sams, and he's going to pick Sams up, I'd say, between now and the next 5 or 6 laps. But it's still Rush leading away here from Brett Lacey. Then Ian Sams, Ray Lacey, followed by Jago, then Blacklaw. Behind him is Rutley. Then comes the 2 car of Kelly, being hassled along now by Foster of WA. Behind him is Sutherland. But 1, 2 and 3 are Rush, Lacey and Sams. Blacklaw there. Then Rutley from Jago. But there's no holding up Rush at the moment. He's starting to pass cars now as he went around Becker there. 13 15 laps to run from here, and Rush is the leader. Here he is in this pack of cars coming down towards us now. Rush leading the way, and he's left Becker. Lacey is there with him. In third spot is Sams, and right behind him now is Ray Lacey.
The other interesting thing too is that Brett Lacey is still not out of striking distance of Rush, particularly now they're up the traffic. Now if Rush has trouble getting through traffic, Lacey could nail him. Rush is right in the middle of traffic at the moment. Lacey is only about 60 metres behind him. Then we go back to Ian Sams third, and Ray Lacey now coming in hard and strong in fourth place. Ray Lacey is really putting the pressure on Ian Sams now. Could we have the family standing on the winner's dais at the end of this race? What a great thing it'd be. Gary Rush is the leader. He's coming down main straight away. Only about 60 or 70 metres behind is Brett Lacey in 26. Then Ray Lacey is up to third now. Ray Lacey is into third place.
What a magic drive, Ross.
Ian Sams is back to fourth. Bob Blackmore is fifth. Bob Rutley is sixth. Darryl Jago is seventh. Lee Foster is running eighth. Now Gary Rush is being held up by these cars. He's being held up, and Brett Lacey's getting closer to him. There are only 8 laps to go for the champion, but he's held up in the traffic. He's held, now he's clear, now he's clear. No, Foster's racing on with him. Foster is racing on with Rush. He's racing him. Rush goes past Rutley, but Foster is racing Gary Rush at the moment, and that's helping Brett Lacey. Now he sees and lets him through. Rush from Brett Lacey, then Ray Lacey, then Ian Sams, then Bobby Blackmore. That's the top 4 for you, as the current Australian champ is only 5 laps away from the title.
And there goes Brett Lacey still hammering after him. Now look at the drive here by Ray Lacey. This has been the most magic thing of the night. This drive by Ray Lacey of Victoria has been absolutely tremendous. That's Kelly gone. There's Rush. Now there in second place is Brett Lacey. Now here he comes, Ray Lacey in third place. A long way back then is Ian Sams. On Ray Lacey now caught up in the traffic. But it's Rush still the leader. Rush with 3 to go. Rush with 3 to go from Brett Lacey, and then Ray Lacey there in third place. Oh, brother, that's going to happen. This family of Lacey's are going to stand on the dais tonight. There's Rush with 2 to go. Rush leading away from Brett Lacey in the 36, then Ray Lacey in the 16. He's followed then by Ian Sams. Behind him comes Bob Blackmore. And man alive, Rush will get the 1 to go flag now. And there he is, the current Australian champion, trying to do it 3 times. Never been done consecutively before. And Rush, he looks like pulling it off. Here he comes, the checkered flag is out, and it's Gary Rush of New South Wales. Retains the title 3 times in a row. A great drive by Brett Lacey. And then, believe it or not, the other Lacey home in third place. He'll be followed home there by Ian Sams, and behind him is Bob Blackmore in fourth spot. Well, a great drive indeed by Gary Rush. Second place goes to the young Victorian, Brett Lacey in 26 or 36. And third place goes to Ray Lacey of Victoria. And that, to me, was the most magic drive of the night. As we get the drivers out to make the presentation, Gary Rush first, Brett Lacey second, Ray Lacey third. So Victoria has certainly done itself proud.
Yes, thank you very much, Rod, and we don't want to keep all the thousands of fans that have been here to see this happen wait any longer. If we can have the 2 Laceys come over too, please, both Brett and Ray, the father and son combination, who are brothers, I'm sorry, my fault, not a father and son combination, a brother combination. He also tells lies. But we do have a family standing on the dais for the first time ever, and Speedway history has been made tonight with Gary Rush taking out 3 titles. From Winfield, I'm going to ask Mr. Norm O'Neill, the General Manager of Winfield here in New South Wales, or Marketing Manager. He does a great job anyway. We're very proud of him, and we're proud of the assistance that Winfield give us to make the presentations in the Australian Championships for 1983. And I think we should start with the gold first, Norm.
Thank you very much, Ross, and what an incredible night it's been. In fact, 2 nights, and I'm sure that I can say quite clearly on behalf of Winfield that we're very, very happy to be associated with this Motordrome here in Newcastle, and particularly this event. It has been a sensational night and a sensational race, and Gary, I understand that you used your second car tonight that you said hadn't come up against any competition before. I think it was a splendid performance by you. You're an out-and-out champion, and I think that probably the car was the second consideration. You're a fine man and a great champion, and congratulations on a magnificent win on behalf of Winfield. And now second in the event and third were the Lacey's, and I'd like to ask both of you to come forward and receive your trophies on a magnificent drive, both of you. And I think that probably would create history, wouldn't it, as far as the Speedway is concerned, to see brothers come in second and third. Well, we did hear that it was brothers earlier. It is father and son. Well, that's a compliment to the father. And well done, both of you. Congratulations. Fine performance.
Thank you, Norm. And now the trophy presentations themselves. First of all, the winning trophy, the number 1, for the 3rd time in a row, and Norm O'Neill presents that to Gary Rush. Gary, 3 times. I know you must be a very happy man, because you tried so damned hard to not only do it for pit crews, but I know you try so hard for all your fans out there.
Yes, that's right, Ross. I've got a lot of people to thank, but I want to thank all the fans. They're all behind me, and there's quite a number of them, and I love you all, really, I do. But the people that put all the hard work into this is the pit crew, the Mags crew, Jack Maggs from Victoria, and my crew. They all work as equal. And the guy that really done well tonight, he's finished 1st, 2nd and 3rd in engines, is John Sidney from Victoria. He built the 3-place getting engines, and he deserves a pat on the back for that. He does a real good job. But my engine builder from Sydney, he's a little bit disappointed we didn't run his engine, but I think I made the best choice. And Ivan Walker, thanks very much. I know you're a little bit upset with me, but I know you're going to be mates with me now. Thanks very much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Gary Rush. The 2nd place goes to Brett Lacey, and Norm O'Neill again from Winfield making that presentation. Congratulations, Brett, on standing on 2nd place in these Australian Championships, an effort which you must be very, very proud of.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to come second to Gary, because he's, I think, the true Australian champion. Maybe one day I'll knock him off, but he's not allowed to quit until I do. But thanks very much to everybody. Thanks very much to my pit crew, my dad, who gets us all here, taught me how to drive in the first place, and last of all, special thanks to John Sidney for a terrific car, and 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the engines. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Brett. And now, although he didn't want to admit to being the father of the combination, he did try to trick us into the fact that it was brothers. 3rd place trophy from Norm O'Neill from Winfield goes to Ray Nipper Lacey. Well, it's going to be a very proud family tonight, and I know there's going to be some celebrations before it's homeward bound, and on behalf of the Motordrome and all the fans here, you must be a very, very proud man of this family group.
I don't know if you can understand how terribly proud I am to be participating in this sport again. after so many years. Brett said I taught him how to drive, but he's teaching me now, and it's certainly no disgrace to come second and third to our champion, Gary Rush, and he is our champion. I must thank, as Gary and Brett have, John Sidney, who is a genius, not only with engines, but he built both of our cars and a lot of other cars that are racing here tonight. Ray Malone is my chief boss. Big thanks to Ray, Paul Donnelly, and my brother Frank. Thank you very, very much once again.
Thank you, Ray Lacey. Yeah, Gary would just like to say a few more words. Gary, before you do, I think we might a little bit of aerial interference there off the other cord. We do have one other trophy to present to you, and perhaps you might like to say those few words when the trophy presentation is made. It's on behalf of the Australian Sprint Car Council, of course, which is the perpetual trophy that goes to the winner, and Gary Winterbottom, who adjudicated over you fellows and kept you on your best behaviour throughout the title, will make that presentation to you. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Ross. Before I present the trophy to Gary, I would like to congratulate the Newcastle promotion. I know that we have had a few problems with the track and so on, and possibly with the microphone, but Gary Rush has kept this trophy for us for the last 2 years. It means a lot to him, it means a lot to the council, and I know that he'll look after it for another 12 months for us, and maybe another 12 months after that. On behalf of the council, Gary, congratulations on a job really well done.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks very much.